At 30 years old, I receive no financial support from my family, and I am raising my 2-year-old daughter alone on a modest income in a small province. Many people have asked me, how do my daughter and I live in an old house that was built several decades ago? And how does a single mother survive when she has no one behind her to support her financially? Today, I invite you to follow my daughter and me through an ordinary day in our lives. Hello, my name is Bich Ngoc. I am 30 years old, and this is my daily life with my daughter as a working single mother in Thai Nguyen, a mountainous province in northern Vietnam. I was born into a poor family in the countryside. Since my family is also struggling financially, I currently receive no financial support from my relatives. I do my best to cover all our expenses on my own, including daily living costs, food, my daughter's school fees, and any unexpected expenses that may arise. I usually wake up at around 6:30 in the morning to get ready for a new day. The first thing I do after waking up is freshen up and then go for a walk to get some exercise. This is the kitchen area in my home. I bought this refrigerator at a second-hand market for about 68 US dollars. After bringing it home, I cleaned it thoroughly, and it has worked very well ever since. To me, it does not matter if something is second-hand. As long as it still works well, it helps my daughter and me save some money. This morning, I used the leftover rice from last night to make porridge. I always try not to waste food, because every little bit I save helps make life a little easier for my daughter and me. Our breakfast is nothing fancy. As long as it fills us up and my daughter enjoys eating it, I'm already happy. This kitchen is only about 7 or 8 square meters. The house was built several decades ago. Back then, people mainly used lime and sand for construction, so over time, the walls have become damp, developed leaks, and started peeling. I haven't been able to afford to renovate the house yet. I was worried that pieces of lime plaster might fall into our food, so I scraped off all the loose and peeling parts of the walls myself. It may not look very nice, but at least the cooking area is now cleaner and safer for my daughter. The porridge is almost ready. The porridge is ready now, and it looks really delicious. So now I'm going to wake my daughter up for breakfast. My daughter is 2 years old. This room serves as our bedroom, dining area, and living space. Because the room is quite small, I only keep the things we truly need. Everything is arranged neatly so that my daughter and I have more space for our daily activities. I cannot afford to buy an air conditioner yet. Summers in Vietnam are very hot and humid, which can be especially uncomfortable for young children. Therefore, my daughter and I use 2 electric fans to keep cool. Together, these 2 fans cost around 11 US dollars. Although they do not cool the room as well as an air conditioner, they still help my daughter feel more comfortable and sleep better. My daughter has very few toys. Most of them are second-hand toys that other people have given us. Some no longer make any sound, while others are missing a few parts, but she still plays with them happily. She is still too young to understand whether a toy is expensive or cheap. As long as I sit beside her and play with her, perhaps that is already enough to make her happy. Sometimes, when I watch her playing with those old toys, my heart aches for her. I always remind myself that I need to work harder so that one day I can give her a better life. But for now, the most important thing is that she has enough to eat, stays healthy, and grows up surrounded by her mother's love. My daughter is still growing, so I always try to make each meal as nutritious as I can afford. Some days she eats very well, but on other days I have to gently encourage her for a long time just to get her to eat a few spoonfuls. In Vietnam, rice and eggs are quite affordable. One egg costs about 11 US cents, while 1 kilogram of rice costs around 57 US cents. That is why egg porridge is a simple meal that is both affordable and nutritious for my daughter. Seeing her enjoy her food makes me feel that all my efforts are worthwhile. After my daughter finishes breakfast, I get her dressed, pack everything she needs, and take her to school. Come along with us. Our mornings are usually quite rushed. Some days she is very cooperative, but on other days she is still sleepy and doesn't want to get dressed or leave my side. No matter how tired I am, whenever I feel her tiny hand holding mine, I find the strength and motivation to keep going. After taking my daughter to her classroom, I say goodbye to her and begin my work for the day. My income is not high, but it is the main source of support for both of us. I always try to work every scheduled day because even taking one day off can affect my monthly income. As a single mother, financial hardship is not the only thing that puts me under pressure. I also worry about the times when my daughter gets sick, unexpected expenses, or days when I feel exhausted but still have to keep working. After all, I have a little girl who depends on me to care for her. At lunchtime, I usually have a simple meal and rest for a little while. I rarely buy expensive food, and I always think carefully before spending any money. There are things I really want to buy, but when I think about my daughter's school fees, food, and other things she may need, I decide not to buy them. Our life may not be comfortable yet, but I am learning to appreciate what we have and will never stop trying for my beloved daughter. There are times when I feel exhausted, lonely, and worried about the future, but I know I cannot give up because my daughter is the biggest reason I keep trying. Many people ask me how I managed to survive in a small city without financial support from my family. The truth is, I do not have any special secret. I simply work hard every day, spend money carefully, make use of everything that still works, and put aside the things I want but do not truly need. My daughter and I still face many difficulties, but I believe that as long as I do not give up, our lives will gradually get better. This is the bathroom in my house. It is quite small, measuring only about 1 meter wide and 1.5 meters long, but it is still enough for my daughter and me to use every day. This door has been in use for around 13 or 14 years, so it is quite old. It has come apart several times, but since I cannot afford to replace it yet, I have repaired it with tape. It may not look very nice, but as long as it still works, I will continue to make use of it. We do not have a washing machine, so I wash all of our clothes by hand and hang them out to dry here. I'd like to share something personal with you. Many people in Vietnam have become more open-minded about single mothers. A woman raising one or even several children alone is no longer unusual. She can still work, care for her children, and build a normal life like everyone else. However, in my hometown, some old-fashioned beliefs remain. Some people still see single motherhood as shameful and assume that the woman must have done something wrong because her family is no longer complete. Even questions that sound like concerns can be painful. People ask why I didn't try harder to keep my family together, why I let my daughter grow up without a father, or how I will survive alone in the future. I know that not everyone intends to hurt me. They may simply be looking at my life through beliefs they have held for many years, but their words still place a heavy burden on me. That is one reason I rarely return to my hometown. My daughter and I live only about 25 kilometers from my family. The distance is not far, yet sometimes the journey home feels much longer. I stay away not because I do not love or miss my family, and I am not ashamed of my daughter. I am simply afraid of the judgmental looks, the gossip, and the questions I do not know how to answer. Being a single mother is already difficult. I have to earn money, care for my daughter, and make every important decision alone. When she is sick or I feel exhausted, I still have to encourage myself to keep going. I do not want pity. I only hope people can see us as a normal family. There are only two of us, but our home is still filled with love, laughter, and hope. Every single mother has a story others may never fully understand. If you do not know what she has been through, please do not judge her too quickly. Sometimes, a little kindness can give a tired mother the strength to continue. This door looks so cute. This clothes drying area is quite old, and a lot of moss grows here. I have scraped the moss off and cleaned the area many times, but because the house has deteriorated over the years, no matter how hard I try, I cannot make it look new again. So I no longer try to make it look perfect. I simply do my best to keep it as clean and tidy as possible so my daughter has a little more open and safe space to play. This is the last area of our home that I want to share with you. Although the house is old and our belongings are simple, every little corner reflects my efforts to give my daughter a clean and peaceful place to live. Thank you for taking the time to watch and listen to our story. If you would like to continue following our journey, please subscribe to the channel. Every subscription means a lot to me and encourages me to keep sharing more videos. Please leave a comment and let me know where you are watching us from. Thank you, and I will see you in the next video.